Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Afi Imran bin Noza. My card metric at the Uni KL is 62212120 354. And today I'm presenting to you about ethical in corporate culture for the subject Business Ethics and Corporate Governance, EIB 20103. For the group class IB10, Uni KL. Article number 1. The essential of ethical leadership in corporate culture. What is ethical leadership in corporate? Ethical leadership is mean setting high ethical standard and creating a business culture that promotes ethical principles such as honesty, integrity, responsibility, and accountability. That means all worker or a leader or the supervisor of the manager and so on must have four types attitude. There is honesty, integrity, responsibility, and accountability if we in a workplace. Okay, what the function of the leadership in the workplace? Okay, leadership is a skill may help you in a many aspects of your job, from applying for job to moving up in your career. Leadership is one of the many soft skills the employer value, and it typically entails a number of personality traits, a communication skill that anybody can acquire and practice over time. That means a leadership must have in all a company, all the work in work, because they are a big role to help our staff to do work and to give a instruction what staff must do, what the staff must come to the workplace, what must do staff must do for the guide staff, is for the easily guide staff, all staff what must do in workplace. Okay, for the basic method in leadership corporate culture, number one is perform individual hiring and selection arrangement assessment. Okay, so that means we have a company, we must take a worker such as a manager, example manager. We must take a manager with have a high experience, have four things what we talked about that before this: accountability, uh, integrity, and so on. Must have four type before this was discussed. Four type attitude in a we must take manager for the company. Okay, and number two, identify leaders who are giver. Okay, we must know a worker why we take worker for work of for we company, because we must know what experience before, how performance the worker before for the previous company and so on. Okay, for the number three is senior leaders should focus on reinforcing integrity in lower level management. Okay, means a senior leaders or senior manager must guide for the new manager, for new graduate manager, graduate university manager, for guide him, guide they for do how we do create the work, how we do what the ethica in the workplace, what what we must know, what how to sales form to do a sale performance, what the ethica we want, what we must do if we meet uh, a customer. Okay. Number 4, ethical leader put strategy in place to check their behavior. If we put the strategies for the ethical leaders, playing role and put the strategy in a place, a workplace, all worker also know if we also or if we always put strategy for ethica in the workplace. Okay, article number 2 is ethical issues in modern business management. Okay, ethical is modern management. What the ethical what ethical modern business focus on? Number 1 is improvement in innovation, such as the technology, computer procedures, software help, and the arrival of the internet and digital media business administration. Okay, example, previously we have a 100 Mbps internet Wi-Fi, and now we upgrade our internet Mbps for 500 Mbps for own company. That means improvement in innovation. Okay. Number 2, corporate management technique, a process, operation, sales promotion and marketing, procurement, communication, accounting and consulting have all been modernized, with the majority of them now being carried out online via the internet and digital device. Okay, that means as a manager, as the leadership, we must know what are operation, what the procedure for the sales promotion, procedure for marketing and process and communication, what the procedure communication if we meet a customer. So we must know our management technique basically. Okay, for the ethical modern business issue, is the very many, but I choose for 2 issue. A very popular issue. Number 1 is money. If the technology is improve our technology in work, technology, all people use the technology, all people use the social media, but all people use the internet, but it's good, but this give a quite little bit quiet impact for the business, especially manipulate accountable. We use a technology, example we use smartphone to manipulate our money, our accounting. Number 2 is sexually harassment in the workplace. This is we aim for the woman in the workplace is must behave. If have another worker is sexually harassment for all women. Okay. Number 3, article business ethic. Ethic in the workplace. Okay. For the important ethic is especially important when in the workplace. Without work ethic, it greatly affects the discipline of an employee in a job, meaning of ethic, which is a moral philosophy in the subject of ethics. It's all about how a person's or company morality shape their decisions and behave. There is the law And then there is ethic. An action might be lawful while yet being deemed immoral. That means ethics is very important for the all company, for the all leadership around the world, because many types, many information. If we keep ethic in the attitude, keeps the ethic, we also know uh, what the knowledge for another company, how another company increase their rank. For basically, we must have keep the ethic in the attitude in the workplace. Basically, okay. For the method, for the ethic, uh, punctually, which is punctually. Honestly, the most important is punctually, which is completing assignments on time, arriving on the time, adhering to the break time regulation, and reporting manager of issue in a timely way are all action that respect the value of the time workplace. That means all workers in around the world must punctual, do work punctual, come to work punctual, anything must punctual. At the child, if we are in a, we go to school, we must punctual like that. Okay, and number two is accountability is most important for employees and employers alike should be held accountable in their work effort, meaning they shoulder the responsibility for ongoing project and take the blame for error when necessary. But accountability must, we must guide, we must do something, we must take care, because they're more important. Accountability is same like financial. Next, the important is focus in order to efficiently accomplish a task. An employee must remain focused and avoid the distraction of chatter, social media, technology, and so on. Initiative also uh, important. This occurs when an employee does a productive or beneficial task for the organization without being asked. Okay, for the conclusion, in the business world, ethic is a moral idea that govern what is right and improper behave. Many companies nowadays are not focused uh, for this topic, because they are focused how to we must improve to sales, how we must increasing sales, what must must have ethica with a customer. But ethica for worker is doesn't keep in all company for now. So it's very important for me and for all. So the conclusion is all people must have ethica, must have ethica, and must have a strategy, and must have a uh, four four attitude, types of attitude, if you want to be a leadership one day. Okay, for that's all for today. Uh, my name is Nur Afiq Imran. I'm going to say thank you for the all listener for give me a time for the